If you are over 60 and every time you stand up from a chair you need to rock forward a little harder, your knees give a small stab of pain, your shoulders feel stiff when you reach overhead, and you have to slow yourself half a step when you walk into the bathroom or go down the stairs, then this video is for you. Many people just smile and say, "I am getting old, that is how it is." But from the point of view of a bone and joint specialist, I want you to understand something very clearly. This is not just old age. These are very small, very polite signals from your muscles and joints, whispering that your strength, your balance, and your confidence are quietly slipping away. So what is the good news? You do not need a gym, you do not need weights, and you do not need the body you had at 30. You only need a sturdy chair, a wall, a small open space in your living room, and a few minutes each day. In today's video, Dr. Howard Tucker will guide you through 3 very simple movements that target the 3 pillars that keep you living independently. Legs strong enough to stand up an upper body, steady enough to hold good posture, and a balance in circulation. System that is awake enough to make each step less shaky. If you stay with me until the end, I will show you a very quick test that takes just 10 seconds using the exact chair you are sitting on, so you can measure the age of your legs today. I will also suggest a 7-day schedule with about 10 minutes each day, so you no longer have to wonder, what should I do today? You just turn on the video and follow along. After 60, your body does not need flashy, complicated workouts. It needs slow, steady movements, repeated regularly. Calmness is medicine. Every time you stand up from a chair using your own strength, you are sending a gentle message to your future self. Today, I am still moving forward. If you are ready, sit firmly on your chair, take a deep breath in, and join me as we begin to rebuild strength from the smallest movements. Once you are settled safely on the chair, allow me to introduce myself briefly. I am Dr. Howard Tucker, a specialist in bones, joints, and longevity. For many years, I have observed people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, not only through X-ray films, but from the very moment they stand up from a chair and take those first steps into my office. I remember one 80-year-old patient very clearly. Let us call him Mr. Min. His medical chart listed mild high blood pressure, some knee osteoarthritis, and slightly elevated blood sugar, all very normal at that age. But what worried him most was not the numbers. It was the sentence he said to me, "Doctor, lately I have started to feel afraid of my own house." After one slip in the bathroom where he did not break any bones but could not get up on his own, he lost trust in his legs. From that day on, he was afraid to shower alone, afraid of the stairs, and hesitant to go down to the kitchen. When I examined him carefully, I saw something very familiar. The muscles in his thighs, hips, and calves had clearly weakened. In the next part, we will begin to untie the first knot right there on the chair you are sitting on. Now we will move into the most important part, the 3 concrete exercises. I invite you to imagine that I am sitting beside you, quietly talking you through each step. You do not have to prove that you are strong. You only need to move correctly and consistently. It usually starts with a few very specific knots or trouble spots. If you loosen the right ones, everything else feels lighter. I want you to picture these 3 knots clearly, because very soon each exercise we do will connect directly to one of them. The first knot is the strength of your thighs and hips. This includes the muscles at the front of your thighs, around your hips, and in your glutes. They are the lifting engine that helps you stand up, sit down, step over a doorstep, and go up and down stairs. When this group is weak, you need to push with your hands. You need to build momentum, and your knees and lower back get forced to carry extra load, which means more pain. Many studies on older adults show that a simple measure, such as the time it takes to stand up from a chair, is closely linked to the risk of falling and to how independent a person is in daily life. The second knot is your upper body and posture, the chest, shoulders, upper back, and the core above your navel. When this area is strong, you stand taller, breathe more deeply, reach for objects, push doors, and carry things with more ease. When it is weak, your shoulders fall forward, your neck strains to hold up your head, your back rounds, and every time you reach overhead, you worry that your shoulder will crack or sting. The third knot is your calves, your heart and circulation, and your balance. Healthy calf muscles act like a second pump, pushing blood from your legs back up toward your heart and brain, which reduces that heavy, tired, tingling feeling. Along with that, your balance system, which includes your eyes, your inner ears, and the small muscles around your ankles, knees, and hips, helps you correct your posture in a fraction of a second when you slip or trip on a rug. These 3 knots are not abstract theory. Each one will match up with a very specific exercise: standing up from a chair for the thighs and hips, wall push-ups for the upper body, and marching in place with lifted knees and swinging arms for the calves. Circulation, balance. Once you understand this clearly, you will realize that you are not exercising just to exercise. You are reinforcing the three pillars of the house that is your body. In the next part, we will begin to untie the first knot right there on the chair you are sitting on. Now we will move into the most important part, the 3 concrete exercises. I invite you to imagine that I am sitting beside you, quietly talking you through each step. You do not have to prove that you are strong. You only need to move correctly and consistently. First, sit toward the front edge of the chair with both feet planted firmly on the floor, about hip-width apart, and your toes turned slightly outward. This is exercise number 1, standing up from the chair and sitting back down. Inhale through your nose and lean your upper body slightly forward while keeping your back straight and your eyes looking gently ahead, not dropping your head down. As you exhale through your mouth, press your heels firmly into the floor as if you are pushing the floor away from you, and let your legs pull your whole body up to standing. Once you are upright, gently squeeze your glutes, hold for 1 brief count, then inhale and lower yourself slowly back down, as if you are sitting onto a chair made of glass and you absolutely do not want to drop down with a thud. The first time you only need to do this 5 or 6 times, then rest and maybe add 1 or 2 more rounds if you still feel comfortable. If it feels difficult, you can place a folded towel on the seat to make the chair a bit higher, or lightly push your hands into your thighs for assistance. However, the long-term goal is to let your legs do more of the work than your hands. Once you are familiar with the first movement, we move on to exercise number 2, wall push-ups. Stand facing a wall about 1 arm's length away. Place both hands on the wall at about shoulder height or slightly wider than your shoulders, with your fingers pointing upward. Take a small step back so that your body forms a gentle diagonal line from your head to your heels, without arching your back and without letting your belly sag. Inhale, slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest closer to the wall. Your elbows should open to about a 45-degree angle from your body, not flared straight out to the sides. When your nose comes close to the wall, exhale and press firmly through your hands, returning your body to the starting position. Your whole body should move as one piece, without your hips dropping first or your chest jutting forward. When you are just starting, you might do only 6 to 8 repetitions for 2 sets. If that feels easy, next time you can step your feet slightly farther back or increase to 10 or 12 repetitions. This is the kind of exercise whose benefits you feel more and more over time. It helps reduce shoulder discomfort when you push doors or carry things, and it improves your posture so that you stand straighter, your chest opens, and your breathing becomes deeper. Finally, we have exercise number 3, marching in place with lifted knees and swinging arms. Stand tall with your feet about hip-width apart. If you need extra support, you can stand near the back of a chair or next to a table, so you can touch it lightly if you feel off balance. Begin by lifting your right knee not too high, just to a level that feels comfortable for you, while your left arm swings gently forward and your right arm moves back as in a natural walking motion. Place your right foot back down softly, then lift your left knee as your right arm swings forward. Continue like this, creating a steady walking rhythm, one leg up and the other down with your arms swinging naturally. At first, 1 minute is enough. Then rest for 30 seconds and repeat the cycle 2 or 3 times. If your heart is beating a bit faster but you can still speak in full sentences, that is a good level of effort. If you feel short of breath, dizzy, or have chest pain, you should stop right away and talk with your own doctor. What do all 3 of these exercises have in common? They are slow, controlled, and you do not hold your breath. Each time you practice, choose a level that feels comfortably challenging, where you think I could do 1 or 2 more, rather than I am completely exhausted. This is not a competition, it is a conversation with your body. In the next part, I will help you weave these 3 exercises into a 7-day schedule of about 10 minutes per day, so when you wake up in the morning, you do not have to ask, what should I do today? You simply look at your plan and gently do what that day asks for. At this point, you already know and have tried 3 simple exercises. To turn them into a true daily tonic, we need a clear rhythm. I do not want you to memorize a complex routine. I want you to have a very gentle weekly structure so that each morning or each afternoon, you only need to glance at it and follow. You can imagine a 7-day schedule with about 10 minutes each day like this. On days 1, 3, and 5, we give priority to the legs, A few sets of standing up and sitting down from the chair, then finishing with 1 or 2 minutes of marching in place, lifting the knees and swinging the arms so that your heart, circulation, and calves wake up. On days 2, 4, and 6, we focus on the upper body, 2 or 3 sets of wall push-ups, followed by a bit of light marching so that your body does not feel disconnected and your arms and legs continue to work together. Day 7 is what I like to call the gentle day. On that day, you simply march in place very slowly for about 5 minutes, then add a few stretches and some deeper breathing like a soft gift to your body after a week of cooperation. What truly matters is not how many repetitions you can do in one day, but how many days each week you come back to your body. Calmness is medicine. Movement is memory. Every time you stand up from your chair, press your hands into the wall, or take those small steps in place, you are sending a very gentle message to your brain and your muscles. I still need you, and we are still moving forward together. In the final part, I will help you turn that commitment into a small message, a very simple number, so that each time you look back, you can see that you have truly moved farther than on the first day. If you have listened all the way to this point, it means that somewhere inside there is a part of you that deeply wants to protect your health, your independence, and your dignity in older age. To me, that is more valuable than any perfect test result. Before we finish, I want to tie one small knot together with you, a very simple promise to yourself. Today, if you only try 3 slow, controlled repetitions of standing up from the chair and sitting back down, write the number 3 in the comments. If you do 5 repetitions or 7, write your exact number. It is not a sports achievement. It is a small milestone, the day you began to have a real conversation with your legs again. And if you find yourself thinking this video could help a friend or loved one over 60, then type the number 0. That round 0 is like a circle of connection, carrying your care for your own health outward to the health of someone you love. If what I shared today gives you even a little more calm and a bit of courage to stand up and practice these ordinary-looking movements again, you can subscribe to the channel, Elderly Wisdom Diaries, so each week we can sit together, talk about science in a simple way, and practice small movements that carry great meaning. Health after 60 is not a race against time. It is a slow, ongoing conversation between you and your body. Each day, you only need to say one sentence to it through your actions. Today, we are still moving forward, and I am very honored to walk that road with you.